I discovered that wealth doesn't come from a single move or a sudden insight. It comes from a quiet, daily structure built over 90 days, the golden rule that changed my life. Over those 3 months, there was no magic. It was method, consistency, attitude, and mindset. It was about deciding to become wealthy and building the internal system to uphold that identity. And I'm going to show you the step-by-step to apply this rule right now and start seeing the transformation before this cycle ends. If you want to make 2025 the year of your financial freedom, watch until the end. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because this might just be the plan you've been missing to get on the path to wealth, without having to wait another year or depend on luck. 1. In the first 3 days, I disconnected from the noise and listened to what my intuition already knew. When I decided to apply the 90-day rule, I knew I couldn't start on autopilot. There was too much information, too much comparison, too many people telling me what was right, and not enough connection to what truly made sense for me. So in the first 3 days, I stepped away. No phone, no social media, no outside noise, just a notebook, silence, and one question. If I had financial freedom right now, what would my daily routine look like? The answers came clearly. I saw what I was doing out of fear, what I was carrying because of pressure, and what I truly wanted to build. Those days were the detox. Ground zero, because before building wealth outside, I had to clear the space within. Now I begin every process with this pause. That's where the strength is born. Are you still starting things on autopilot? Or have you realized that internal clarity is the first asset of a wealthy woman? Comment. I turn off the noise to hear my wealth, if this made you want to truly start for yourself. 2. In the first week, I defined my wealth product and stopped reinventing the wheel. With a clear mind, I sat down and looked at everything I already knew, did, and loved. The rule was no overcomplicating. I wanted something simple, straightforward, profitable, and that I could launch within a week. And that's when my wealth product was born. A service I already knew how to deliver, a solution to a specific problem, a format I could execute with quality and speed. I didn't wait for the perfect scenario. I didn't wait for another course. I chose something viable, valuable, and visible. I built the bare minimum structure, simple name, clear offer, description focused on transformation, and I started promoting it. Today, that product still brings in revenue, not because it's complex, but because it's done consistently and improves people's lives. Are you still creating things just to impress? Or have you realized that simple and well done builds wealth faster? Comment. My wealth product already exists, if this part gave you clarity to stop searching and start offering. 3. In the first 15 days, I sold every day, even when I was afraid of sounding pushy. This was the most uncomfortable phase. Talking about my offer every day, without sounding desperate, without being pushy, but also without disappearing. I realized that those who build wealth don't sell only when they feel confident. They sell with courage, every single day. So, I made a pact with myself. Once a day, I would talk about my offer. In different ways, story, behind the scenes, results, common questions. Always with honesty, always with clarity. At first it felt weird. I thought I was being too much. But then the messages started coming. You said it in a way that really made me think. I didn't even know I needed this. When are you opening spots? And the sales came in. Because when you believe in what you offer, talking about it becomes part of your mission, not a burden. Today I sell every day. No script, no stress. Because I know each day is a chance to help someone take a step and get paid for it. Are you still ashamed to show what you do? Or have you realized your offer is the bridge to your freedom? Comment. I sell with courage, not with excuses, if this part gave you the boost to show up more. 4. In the first month, I reinvested before rewarding myself, and that changed the game. The money started coming in. It wasn't a fortune yet, but it was more than I was used to. And the temptation was clear. Buy something, treat myself, celebrate. But I held back, took a breath, and decided, this money is going to work for me. I took a portion and reinvested, in a tool that made my process smoother, in someone who helped me save time, in improving my delivery, not in looking prettier on Instagram. It was tough at first, but within days I felt the impact. More time, more results, more clarity, and most importantly, a deeper sense of real growth. Today I celebrate every bit of income. But my biggest win is seeing that money come back bigger, because I planted instead of just spending. Do you still treat money like a prize? Or have you realized it's the building block of your freedom? Comment. My money plants my future, if this sparked a shift toward financial maturity for you. 5. In the second month, I scaled what was already working and stopped starting from scratch. After a month of execution, my product was running. People were buying, feedback was coming in, the system was working, and then came the temptation to create something new. A fresh idea, a new offer. But I paused, took a breath, and remembered, wealth doesn't come from constant reinvention. It comes from scaling what already works. So instead of starting over, I optimized, took the feedback and improved the delivery, adjusted the messaging to reflect what clients were actually saying, expanded promotion with more strategy. The results doubled. No reinvention, just refining what was already working. And that's when I got it. Most people get stuck because they lack the patience to repeat smartly. Today, everything I build starts small and grows with focus, not haste. Are you still switching plans before you see results? Or have you realized that repetition is the secret to scaling? Comment, I scale what already works, if this made you reflect on where impatience might be costing you gold. 6. Midway through, I hit a wall and kept showing up anyway. This was a turning point, because when you start something full of energy, it feels like it'll all flow. But halfway through, fatigue hits. Doubt creeps in. The numbers don't grow as expected. That's exactly what happened to me. On day 45, I hit the slump. Sales dropped. Engagement tanked. I wanted to disappear. But I remembered. This is the test. Not of the idea, of the identity. And I stayed in it. Kept creating content. Kept talking about my offer. Kept delivering, even with no applause. The results didn't come right away. But the sense of integrity with myself was worth more than any stat. And 2 weeks later, the results came back. Bigger than before. Today, when something stalls, I don't stall with it. I keep going. Because the market respects those who don't quit halfway through. Do you still give up when the momentum slows down? Or have you realized that discipline in the dark builds wealth in the light? Comment, I show up even in doubt, if this reminded you that consistency is worth more than motivation. 7. In the third month, I rewrote my identity and upgraded my self-worth. After 2 months of intense execution, something inside me started to shift. I was more confident, more clear, more grounded. But there was still an invisible ceiling, that inner voice saying, hold on, you're not that kind of woman yet. So I sat down and asked myself, what behaviors are still stuck in my old version? What decisions am I making out of fear of seeming arrogant? Where am I still holding myself back so I don't make others uncomfortable with my growth? That's when I upgraded my standard. I decided I am a wealthy woman. I deserve abundance. I build, receive, and sustain. That decision changed everything. My language, my energy, my ability to negotiate, to charge, to show up. Today, the money that flows in is a reflection of the inner identity I claimed. Are you still acting like someone who's trying, or have you realized you need to be now who you want to be later? Comment, I've upgraded my inner standard, if this reminded you that identity comes before income. 8. At the end of the 90 days, I realized it was never about technique. It was about a sustained decision. The most surprising part of the 90 days wasn't what I achieved externally. It was what I rebuilt internally. Because yes, I sold. Yes, I earned more than I had in the previous 6 months combined. Yes, I built a foundation, a structure, a product, confidence. But the most important realization was this. The greatest asset of a wealthy woman is her ability to decide and stick to it. It wasn't the product that changed my life. It was the rhythm, the focus, the radical cut on distractions, the commitment to look at my goal every day, even when I didn't feel like it. Today, my wealth keeps growing. Not because I'm chasing shiny objects, but because I keep doing what needs to be done, even when no one's clapping. Do you still think you need a magic formula? Or have you realized the gold lies in the decision that doesn't shift with your mood? Comment, my decision builds me. If this part sealed your choice to stay solid for the next 90 days. Today, when someone asks what changed my life, I answer without hesitation. It was a radical choice, upheld by 90 days of non-negotiable execution. There was no magic. There was method. There was clarity. There were good days, bad days, and many neutral ones, where only discipline carried me through. And that's what built my financial freedom. Step by step, with focus, with presence, with decision. Comment, I'm starting my 90 days now, if you're ready to apply this golden rule in your life starting today. And of course, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to stop jumping from strategy to strategy and start building with method and presence. Your wealth is not a distant dream. It's a direct reflection of what you choose to sustain every day, for 90 days.